What's going on, people? You know who it is. You know it's Tae Wiggs live and direct from the man cave. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the Twitter or the YouTube page, please feel free to do so now at TAE_WIGGS, as followed by the website as well. And www.dante1910.wixsite.com/Tae Wiggs. Man, first of all, I got a nice little jam-packed little show going on today. I'm going to keep it a little bit brief today. You got LeBron James right now, the youngest guy to score 30,000 points in an NBA career. 7 players. He's one of the 7. And that's good company along with the Wilt Chamberlain, Karl Malone, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dirk Nowitzki. This goes on. Like, this is who's among basketball. You know, LeBron James got a big celebration, a big shout out from all his peers, family members throughout the league. But I'm going to reflect on this. LeBron James did score 30,000 points. I mean, a phenomenal feat in his career. And, you know, Dirk Nowitzki scored 30,000 points too as well. So give him a shout out for that. So same thing for Kobe. You're looking at the guys who did this. I feel like out of all the guys, who's probably the most unappreciated player to score 30,000 points is Dirk Nowitzki. He didn't probably get the biggest shout out like a LeBron or a Kobe or those type of guys, but Dirk Nowitzki did all of this with one team, just like Kobe Bryant did. A lot of these guys played for one team and did all this with. And you got to respect someone who's been with one team to put in that much work. Shout out to you, Dirk Nowitzki, for doing the same thing as well. LeBron James, a phenomenal career. You know, he got 3 rings and stuff like that. The thing I do want to talk about, I want to touch about on LeBron James is that the Cavaliers are 3-10 in the last 13 games, which is terrible. They rank last in defense. And I was looking at one of Isaiah Thomas' tweets. He said, the thing they missing is trust. They don't trust nobody on the defensive end. And what he mean by trust, everybody said, oh, it's Isaiah Thomas, he's short. And, you know, just got off the phone with one of my homeboys. Isaiah Thomas played for the Boston Celtics last season. And they was a top-tier team in the NBA in defense. And this team right now don't even have Isaiah Thomas or Avery Bradley. And they still picking up the pieces of being a primary defender ball club. And the Cavaliers has the talent to do it. It starts with your leader. Your leader is LeBron James. And I look at him as, when I say the leader, he's the face of the team. He's the one who's calling the shots. What's going on? But I never see LeBron James communicating on defense with his players. Only time he communicate with his players, his teammates, is where if they get past them and they score a basket, he blamed them. But you are right there, too, in the same location as that ball handler coming to the hole either for a layup or a dunk. You only get the best defense out of LeBron James when he's running down the court and chasing you down for a block. LeBron James barely guards a player head on for that one-on-one action. He would send somebody else over there so they could take care of that on the line of defense. I just feel like the Cavaliers' biggest issue is they have the talent. They need a rim protector, first and foremost, but they got to trust each other when they on a defensive island. You just can't let your man go to the layup. And go to the hole for a layup. I just feel like LeBron James, to me, doesn't put enough of that on his shoulders. He never say, my fault, y'all. I'll do better next time. When he do something, he take his mouthpiece out and he point fingers at this person, that person. Right now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like I said, I'm a huge LeBron James fan. And my guy told me, Dante, he's like, look, seriously? I think LeBron James is a coach killer. And I asked him why. He said, because he will do everything. He should just let the coach and the players play. And the one thing that we always say, if LeBron James will let the ball handler, the point guard, handle the ball so they can draw plays off of LeBron James, this team will have a better, much execution on the offensive end. The whole thing about this Cleveland Cavaliers situation is getting ugly. They will go into halftime either down by 5 or up by 5. They would start the third quarter off being down by 12. that team would go either on an 8-0 run or a 12-0 run. You had to call your timeouts. Now you playing catch up. Now you get into foul trouble. The team limited the free throw line. The Cavs in the free throw penalty early, 9 minutes into the game of the third quarter. You cannot do stuff like that. And right now, speaking of facts and way how I feel, the Cavaliers right now looking like a shaken team. They're old. J.R. Smith can't hit a shot. He can't even throw a rock right now into Lake Erie if you told him to. That's how awful he been. Isaiah Thomas is still trying to get familiar with everybody, so he get a pass for that. I just feel like LeBron James should take more of the credit of the blame where the team is going. First of all, the team is way over the hills in salary cap. They'll have no flexibility to get certain players. This is a roster pretty much LeBron James built. And it's crazy. People are like, oh, you really saying that? Oh, you're a LeBron fan. Yeah, I'm a LeBron fan. But as real recognize real. LeBron James got the organization by a thread. They're not trading number one pick. If they do, let me LeBron stand. If they don't trade this pick, if they trade this pick away and say that the roster's still not the way that LeBron James want this roster, he still can get up and leave. Why? Because he have a no-trade clause. Do I feel like he may leave the Cleveland Cavaliers? Right now, at the beginning of the season, I was like more 40-50. Right now, I'm more like 50-50. It's a strong possibility that LeBron James may be walking out of the Cleveland Cavaliers arena again and go play elsewhere. And we don't know where he may go. But I feel like the Cavaliers have enough talent to get where they're supposed to be. Right now, they're not looking like the same team as once before. Like I said, they got a little older. They slowing down. And I just feel like they need some younger legs out there to get them over the hump. I think the Cavaliers should shake up more things. I think Jeff Green should start. J.R. Smith to the bench. I want to see Jose Calderon out there more because they was on that 13-game winning streak. We seen more Jose Calderon. And we just not seeing that right now. So, at the Cavaliers, they got to make some type of move if they want to make this push right now. Because right now, the Toronto Raptors could be on their heel. The Toronto Raptors may beat the Cavaliers in a 7-game series, probably a best of 5. They would probably beat them in 5. I'm going to the Kevin Durant ejection. Right now, the Golden State Warriors lead the league in the NBA with 8 ejections. And by me looking at that, KD has 4 of them. It's funny how now KD is that villain guy, how LeBron James was in Miami. LeBron James was that villain guy. And it's crazy because Draymond Green is taking a more quiet, softer side of things. And I just feel like when I sit down and watch basketball, I see some of the players arguing with the referee because of a certain call. A couple of guys in the league that would tee you up in a heartbeat and won't think twice about it. Bill Kennedy and Tony Brothers. Tony Brothers would tee you up so fast. He don't even want to hear it. Y'all should just be quiet and play basketball. Just go to the reference of the ref. I know you didn't see it, but this is what I seen. And keep it moving. Don't give out a 3-page statement. Because guess what? While you talking to them, most referees already got the whistle in their mouth already. They're just waiting for you. As soon as you say something crazy, they're going to tee you up. Don't do that. Don't make your paycheck lighter. Come on, fellas. Come on. Play basketball. KD's having a phenomenal year, MVP type season. But since he got to Golden State, he's been pretty much quiet in OKC. But since he got to Golden State, this is a different KD, man. This KD is hungry. He is hungry. He's right on LeBron James' heel as one of the best players in the world. KD can get any shot, anywhere on the court that he wants. And I feel like KD and all these rest of these guys, don't argue with the referees. It ain't even worth it, man. Just play basketball. Don't get a referee something else to tee you up after halftime so you get that second technical foul and get ejected. It's not even worth it, man. Keep your money. The next thing I want to talk about is Giannis Antetokounmpo. We know the thing that's going on in Milwaukee. We know Jason Kidd got fired. I'm just piggyback on this. But I'm going to get an MVP to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Calling Jason Kidd 15 minutes prior of him getting fired and let him know, like, coach, what's going on, man? They about to fire you. And, Jason Kidd probably said, what are you talking about? I said, coach, this not right. You should get fired. And I feel like they fired Jason Kidd. He got the team where he got this team an identity. But their whole identity is that this team can sustain and play defense when it's needed. So they fired Jason Kidd, and who they gonna right now? They got the interim coach and assistant coach. They got a new practice facility. They know they're going to a new arena within a year or so. So they fired Jason Kidd. He built that team to a mold and where they want to go. I don't feel like Jason Kidd should have got fired right now. They still in the playoff hunt. The one thing I'm gonna say about the Milwaukee Bucks where they messed up at is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Guy's a free agent probably next season. Yeah, next season. And this guy can walk and go to any team he wants to. Why? Because he's an unrestricted free agent. Not a restricted, unrestricted. He can go anywhere he wants and can play elsewhere. You get him to play with another person or somebody even to go to a LA team or anyone that gets anyone. He can play for anyone in this team or New York Knicks market. You look at teams where Giannis Antetokounmpo can go to broaden his horizon. And he had a new shoe coming out later on this year. So I feel like Giannis Antetokounmpo was the real MVP, respecting his coach. Let him know, hey, you about to get fired. It's not right. What should I do? And Jason Kidd said, don't do that, man. Don't call that. Don't do that. Let's let it be. It is what it is. So he's the real MVP. So I want to get into right now the NBA All-Star selections for the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, the reserves. I'm going to start with the East. I'm looking at Al Horford, Bradley Beal, John Wall, Kevin Love, Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo, and Kristaps Porzingis. Do I feel like someone is missing who could have been else on this team as another vital piece? Me personally, Al Horford doing his job, but he's not that guy. He's not an all-star to me. He's not an all-star to me. When I'm looking at all-star, my definition of the all-star, your team wasn't this good last year. What part of your game changed to make your team better? So for me, if I had to pick one or two guys that should have been an all-star for me in the East, I would have definitely went with Miles Turner. He's having a great year for the Pacers. And the second one would have been Andre Drummond. He's a double-double machine, getting buckets. He's doing everything. Those are two guys I feel like got stubbed from the NBA All-Star game. And right now, Bradley Beal is a good choice. He's having a career year. Of course, John Wall will be John Wall, but the one guy named I did circle I was happy to see on here was Victor Oladipo on my list. And the reason I picked Victor Oladipo, I told you if you go back and look at my summer rankings, I said if you go look at my video clip, when I got the Indiana Pacers power ranked at number 19, I circled that. I want y'all to go back and watch that on the YouTube channel and on my website. I circled that 19. To let you know, say, man, Victor Oladipo is going to have a breakout year. Arguably, the probably could be the most improved player of the year. I did say this. I want y'all to go back and look at this, man. I'm not lying. I said, it's a lot of things I've been piggybacking on. I just want y'all to, I said, Victor Oladipo will have a breakout season. He will be an all-star just because he played basketball at Indiana University. He played for that head coach there. He played with Tom Crean. So when I look at this type of stuff, he's going back to a place that he's familiar with. He's familiar with the people, the neighborhood, the food, the air. The airs probably smell much better than it did in Oklahoma and Orlando. So shout out to Victor Oladipo for being an all-star. Has whoever seen this video, at Victor Oladipo, because I've been speaking facts and praising him very highly the whole season. Another team. The Western Conference. I'm looking at their reserve. You got LaMarcus Aldridge, Klay Thompson, Damian Lillard, Karl Anthony Towns, Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook, and Jimmy Butler. Nice supporting cast. But the Golden State Warriors got 4 All-Stars, including KD and Steph, to go along with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. When I go down this list, look at Karl Anthony Towns, much deserved. Jimmy Butler, well deserved. Mr. Triple-Double, Russell Westbrook, well-deserved. Damian Lillard is the dark horse, the sleeper, who is definitely should be an all-star almost every year. He carried the Portland Trail Blazers, folks. He carried them every year into the playoffs, and every year he gets stubbed. I'm so glad to see Dame Dollar as an all-star. And LaMarcus Aldridge is well-deserving, too. He's keeping the Spurs right there in the top 3-tier teams West, top 2-3 teams in the West. The person I probably took off this list would have been Klay Thompson. It's not the same Klay Thompson. Touches went down. He's the fourth option because they got KD there now. KD's taking more of that first, second player fiddle role now with Draymond Green in the hefty third. So the person I thought who should have made it realistically, looking at some of the numbers or where they team at, Lou Williams is having a stellar year. This year he has what? 31 plus 30-point games. And that is coming off the bench. That is all-star worthy. PG-13. Paul George should have been an all-star too as well. But CP3 could be an all-star. The West is point guard heavy. But the one guy who I thought should have been an all-star is Nikola Jokic for the Denver Nuggets. They currently they're the 8th seed in the West. They 24-23. And this young guy is getting bucket. This team is so young. And they have nice talent. Wilson Chandler's still there. He's the veteran. And Darrell Arthur. So they still got two veteran players that can show these young players how to get buckets and how to be a pro's pro. So I'm looking at all this stuff in the All-Star game. I thought Lou Williams would have been an All-Star. Thought Paul George was real deserving. You could have actually took off Draymond Green off here as well. Because every night Draymond Green doesn't score 20-plus points and stuff like that. They going by stats and stuff. And I thought PG alongside with Russell Westbrook could have been easily an All-Star. But I just feel like the All-Star should at least add 2 more players in each conference to give that other person. I don't care if you add 2 or 4 more slots. It's still going to be somebody out. Even Kemba Walker could have been an All-Star. Or Dwight Howard of the Hornets. Anybody easily could have been an All-Star right now. But y'all know, and I want to talk about the referees. And I mean, it's a lot going on. The referees, leave them alone, NBA players. Leave them alone. And I'm Tae Wiggs. I'm signing off. Y'all know what to do. Subscribe to that Twitter. Hit that bird. Hit that YouTube. Hit that bell at TAE_WIGGS. And furthermore, the website at www.dante1910.wixsite.com/Tae Wiggs. And I'm signing off. Peace.